Is English really that hard?
Have you ever wondered why English seems so difficult to learn? Today, we're exploring the challenges and complexities of learning English as a second language. While English is widely considered one of the most difficult languages to learn, it's important to understand the specific challenges learners face and the reasons behind them. Let's dive in. Learning English can be challenging for several reasons. One of the main difficulties is English's complex grammar, which includes irregular verb tenses, phrasal verbs, and articles. Questions in negative sentences can also be tricky due to changes in word order and verb forms. English spelling is another major challenge, as it often doesn't follow phonetic rules and has numerous exceptions. Homophones and words with multiple meanings can confuse learners, and irregular plurals and verbs require extensive memorization. English idioms are everywhere in the language, and learning their meanings can be difficult for non-native speakers. English's large and diverse vocabulary also presents a challenge, as it requires learners to memorize a vast number of words. English is full of contradictions and exceptions to rules, which can confuse learners. Word order in English is intuitive for native speakers, but difficult to teach to those learning the language. English pronunciation can also be confusing, with words ending in the same combination of letters, often pronounced differently. Limited English proficiency can be a major challenge for learners, especially when thrust into a classroom with a different vocabulary. Lack of self-confidence and motivation can also hinder progress, as learners may fear making mistakes or embarrassing themselves. Varying proficiency levels within a classroom can create challenges for teachers, as new students may feel self-conscious, and higher-level learners may feel they've mastered the language. Limited educational support for ESL students can widen the achievement gap compared to native English speakers. Unqualified teachers, limited learning environments, and inadequate learning materials can also hinder progress in learning English as a second language. So, why is English considered one of the most difficult languages to learn? English belongs to the Indo-European language family, which includes most European languages and some from the Middle East and Indian subcontinent. Speakers of Indo-European languages may find learning English easier due to familiar vocabulary and grammar. However, English has a large and diverse vocabulary, with over 250,000 individual entries in the Oxford English Dictionary. English verb tenses can be particularly challenging, as they carry a lot of information about when and how something happened. Phrasal verbs, which are verbs made up of more than one word, can be unpredictable and require a lot of practice. English spelling is also confusing, with many exceptions and silent letters. English idioms are everywhere in the language, and learning their meanings can be difficult for non-native speakers. English has irregular verbs and plurals, which require a lot of memorization. English is full of contradictions and exceptions to rules, which can confuse learners. Word order in English is intuitive for native speakers, but difficult to teach to those learning the language. English pronunciation can also be confusing, with words ending in the same combination of letters, often pronounced differently. English has traces of archaic words and idioms that can make little sense to those who haven't grown up with them. English also has regional dialects with unique vocabularies and pronunciations, which can confuse learners. Despite these challenges, English is widely spoken and used as a lingua franca in many parts of the world. Many other languages are also considered difficult to learn, such as Finnish, Russian, Japanese, and Mandarin. Ultimately, the difficulty of learning a language depends on the individual and their native language. While learning English can be challenging, many resources and strategies can make the process easier. Immersion in English media, such as movies, TV shows, podcasts, and books, can help improve listening and comprehension skills. Practicing speaking with native English speakers and engaging in real-life conversations can also enhance language skills. Finding the right learning materials and courses that fit your lifestyle can be beneficial. Language learning apps, recorded lessons, books, and online articles can all aid in learning English. If you're just starting, try to find a course taught in your native language. Creating a welcoming environment for ESL students is crucial, including offering individual assistance and assigning peer partners. Using multimodal instruction, such as visual aids, auditory tools, and read-write activities, can help students find a strategy that works best for them. Incorporating scaffolded learning, such as the gradual release method, can also encourage students to work toward grasping new material. Learning English can be challenging, but with the right resources, strategies, and motivation, it's possible to make significant progress. Immersion, practice, and exposure to native speakers are key to improving language skills. Consistency and regular practice are essential for progressing in your English language skills. Keep learning, stay motivated, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. With hard work and dedication, you can achieve fluency and become a confident English speaker. Stay tuned for more language learning tips and tricks.